Good morning, students. Here I come after quite a long time, and I request you to take your history book. I don't know whether I have discussed with you the question answer of lesson 4, though this lesson is not going to come if there is first unit test. And so you need not worry about learning yet. I would like to discuss the question answers because I am sure many of you will not be able to answer some questions which seem to be easy, yet they are a bit difficult to find in the text. And so that's why I decided today to make this small video to discuss about the question answer, page number 37 of number D and E. These are brief answer questions and E is detailed answer question. That also I am going to help you through this small video. And so please take your book, pencil in hand, so that you will underline the sentences and the paragraph that I am going to discuss. And so please, all those of you who have done and all those who have not done these question answers in your copy, also see this video and learn. Did you understand? I hope it is clear enough for the introduction. Let us come to the point. Number D. Answer the following questions briefly. Here it is written briefly. What led the Turks to enter India? Number 1. What helped the Turks to enter India? Here it is, you need to know that who were the Turks and why why and how they became powerful. This I am not going, that is not the part of answer. The answer is here. The answer is here, very short, last paragraph of the introduction of this lesson. Last line rather, last sentence. It is written, in India, the fighting among the Rajputs, that means Rajputs were not united, they were fighting among themselves for the power and extension of their kingdom. That made it opportune for the Turks to attack India. Do you understand? This is one point. Second point, that the number of times this Turks, Arabs tried to invade India, but they were not actually successful. The one opportunity they got it is that when the king of Ceylon, they had sent the gift from the Caliph of Baghdad, they were looted by the pirates, and so in compensation the king of Sindh was asked to compensate the loss, which he refused. That also made the point to attack India. And so these caliphs, they engaged the Turk to fight the Indian king, especially the king of Sindh. These 2 points are very, very clear. Okay, if you want to write only 1 point, then the last line of this introduction part of this lesson is quite sufficient, but you can add this also. Understood? Okay, let us go to the second question. What was Muhammad bin Qasim? No, who was Muhammad bin Qasim? Who was Muhammad bin Qasim? Now, Muhammad bin Qasim was the Arab general. Arab general, that means Arabs had their military power, and Muhammad bin Qasim was the military general of the caliphate. Remember that. And so he was military general, but he got the opportunity to be more stronger, first of all in the army itself, and then also political power also he started gaining. And so he says that on his refusal, Hajj engaged people and attacked the king of Sindh. The first two invasions were unsuccessful till the third invasion under the command of Muhammad bin Qasim. He came to attack king of Sindh. So he was the military general of the caliphate. Do you understand? Okay. And so under his command, they were able to crush the king of Sindh. That is Indian king, Hindu king. Understood? Okay. Number 3. Who was Mahmud Ghazni? See the reading. Mahmud Ghazni and Muhammad Ghori. Mahmud Ghazni. Why did he come to India? It looks very, very easy. But I want that, because this another question is also added in this brief question. Why did he come to India? The reasons for his coming. So, who was Mahmud Ghazni? Come here. So, number 3, Muhammad Ghazni. Mahmud of Ghazni was the first to carry out the series of Turkish invasion in India. He was he was one of the most outstanding Turkish soldiers and took over the ruler of Ghazni in 971 CE. Okay, he was the military general, and so he established a huge empire, and to maintain this empire he needed wealth, and so he invaded India to loot India, to get wealth from India, and so he attacked number of times. Okay, that is the why did he come to India? Because of this. Do you understand? You note down, underline he was who? Muhammad Ghazni. Ghazni was one of the most outstanding Turkish soldiers and took over as a ruler of Ghazni in 971 CE. Did you get this then? Okay. Now, why did he come to India? He had heard about the wealth. Once he became the ruler, he wanted to establish his kingdom, and so he needed money or wealth. So he raided India many times and looted and went back. He did not establish in the true sense, he did not establish his kingdom. He made a province to get wealth. Did you understand? Briefly. Okay. Next. Who was Muhammad Ghori? Why did he come to India? Okay. Muhammad Ghori. So, go to Muhammad Ghori on page number 34. You will see here. This is also interesting. Okay. Ghaznavid Empire, that is Muhammad Ghazni, that is Ghaznavid Empire he established, lost its power and was succeeded by the Ghor ruler. Who was this Ghor ruler? Muziuddin Muhammad. Muziuddin Muhammad was the Ghor ruler who succeeded the Ghaznavid. He not only made Ghor independent but also conquered Ghaznavid territories. That is, he made the whole of Ghaznavid empire he took over. Okay. Muzibuddin Muhammad was popularly known as Muhammad Ghori. So he was Muhammad Ghori. First answer is here. He was an ambitious. Why did he come to India? He was an ambitious ruler. Okay, he was an ambitious ruler. He was interested. Did you get this line? Go to the next paragraph. He wanted to expand his empire and acquire more power by conquering other territories also, including India. So he was interested in invading India because of its enormous wealth. He was also aware that the politically and militarily, both ways, the rulers of India or the Hindu kings were not united. So he got this opportunity to India. Okay, that's why he came to India and established his power. Okay, fine enough. Next one is number 5. Why were the 2 battles of Tarain fought? Now, remember these 2 battles of Tarain, when it was fought between whom? I am not going to discuss that. But you need to write and when date and time, the kings, the rulers who fought first battle of Tarain, where, when, and second battle of Tarain, when. Why? Because this was the opening one. If they could defeat this Tarain, the battle of Tarain was defeated, then they had the easy access to India, because they were fighting among with the Hindu kings, the real Hindu rulers of India. Do you understand? These Rajputs, and once the Rajputs were defeated, then there were nobody in opposition. So it was the easy access. That's why it is fought. And so what is your answer then? What is your answer? Your answer would be to establish and extend the power and the rule in India. They needed to defeat the Rajput rulers, Rajput kings. And so these 2 battles of Tarain were important. Okay, this was the opening door to India. Once this door is open, they were defeated. That means easily they can easy access to India. Okay, did you understand this? Please write down in your own word also, you can write. Okay. Next one is answer the following question in detail. This is more easy because now 5 question answer you have done already in introduction. Short. Now same thing you have to discuss in detail. For example, number 1, discuss the invasion of Muhammad Ghazni. Very easy. Go to Muhammad Ghazni. Why did he invade? How he became powerful, and what is his purpose of this? Did he come to establish his rule? No. He came to get the wealth from India and establish his kingdom in Ghaznavid. Okay. So you'll get your answer on page number 32, Muhammad Ghazni. From here you write, Muhammad of Ghazni was the first to carry out the series of Turkish invasion in India. He was one of the most, all those things, till Somnath, till the last one. So how much gold he took? 6.5 tons of gold, and the sandalwood gateways were taken away from the temple. The attack of Somnath temple. Do you understand? This is the answer of this question. Next one. Write a note on the Muhammad Ghazni's love of learning. That is here. Page number 33. Page number 33. The other side of Muhammad Ghazni's personality was his love for learning. He was a pattern of art, architecture and all that till here, till the end of the lesson. Now, till the end of this paragraph. Okay. Okay. So, till here, Ghaznavid Empire suffered due to their weakness. Okay, and they defeat. Next, end of Ghazni. Number 3, discuss the aims and outcomes of the Battle of Tarain. It's very clear these two things are: what was the outcome, first battle what happened, second battle what happened, what it happened, and then who helped whom, who were the rules. All these things are written. Please, that is not very difficult. Therefore, I am not going to read out the lines. I am going little faster there. Next one. What was the effect of the Turkish invasion on India? As a result of Turkish invasion, what happened? The impact of the Turkish invasion on page number 35 are the points. Please note it down. Write short the introduction part, one line introduction part, and these points number 1, 2, 3. If these long points, you need to make it one small point, and then write not only 3 points, you write 4 or 5 points you can write here. Please do little homework. Okay. Next one is what happened when Turkish invaded India. Or no, not what happened, who helped, or what helped the Turkish to invade India. Why? See, this is the first answer. Turkish invasion. Why? What helped them? This unity among the Rajputs, the refusal of the compensation by the king of Sindh, and then the power of the Turks in India, their expansion. All these are the points. Please do that. Next, number 6. Why it is said that Muhammad Ghori laid the foundation of the Turkish rule in India in true sense. Okay, it is here. Okay, yes. Page number 34. Historians are of the opinion. Page number 34. You see, last line of this first section, under the heading Muhammad Ghori. Historians are of the opinion that it was Muhammad Ghori who actually was the founder of the Turkish Empire in India. Though he was preceded means before him some more people came, who especially the Muhammad bin Qasim, who was the first one to come, and Muhammad Ghazni. None could create an empire in the true sense. It was Ghori who wanted to expand and extended, and then he established, and hence he is known as true sense, the founder of the Turkish rule in India. Okay, please do it and complete in your CW copy. Thank you.